Now, I'm suggesting that divine unity, or the unity between the three major conflicting religions in the world claiming to believe in the God of Abraham, that the relevant truth for our day is how do we pierce through the illusionary world that has been created around these three religions that have caused it to become the center of attention of the entire planet Earth, as in fact endangering the lives of all men. These three religions. This truth about the covenant of Abraham is now relevant. This is where the scene of the battle is. I suggest to you, years in the future, it'll be different challenges. And the writings will suddenly jump out at them, relevant to their situation. So I just believe, and you're going to see, there's actually a place in here where he says that basically divine unity will be ignored until the end of the 20th century. Then it will suddenly take on meaning. That's fascinating. But moving on.
So quote 57, "Not everything that a man knoweth can be disclosed, nor can everything that he can disclose be regarded as timely. Nor can every timely utterance be considered as suited to the capacity of those who hear it."
I'm suggesting that the Word of God itself is set up so that you only get what you need at the time. We're not overwhelmed with information that's not relevant to the time in which we live. And that's why to be anxiously concerned for the day in which you live is essential for beginning to penetrate the mysteries in the writings of God for the day in which we're living. Because that's when they start to jump out at you when you notice, wow, this is going on right now. I'll give you an example perfectly. The world has got to know eventually that Baha'u'llah was born in Tehran, that the Baha'i faith, or the Baha'i faith, came out of Iran, and then he was exiled to Baghdad, and there he declared. And do you realize that when I was a young man, no one knew where Baghdad was? Tehran, who cared? Iraq, nobody even knew that was a country. I mean, we don't pay attention to those things. Suddenly, everybody knows about Baghdad. Everybody knows about Tehran. The Sunnis and the Shiites, we didn't know what that was. Do you notice that the whole world knows what a Shiite is and what a Sunni is? And many are even beginning to understand the difference. So that when we bring the message of Baha'u'llah, these terms will have relevance for them. You understand the relevance has been brought to the whole world. The whole world's eyes are on this part of the world, the land where this revelation was born. And culminating where? In Israel, where we're going to see many things happen into the future. The final one.
We have our final quote. Quote 58, "A great scholar, a man of learning, may not necessarily be able to understand or discover the inner realities of God's creation and his revelation. He must become detached from this world, and the greatest attachment for such a man is his knowledge. Indeed, as Baha'u'llah has often stated in his writings, acquired knowledge may often become a veil for preventing the heart from receiving the light of divine guidance and the gift of true understanding."
I think that pretty much says it all. So I hope we now have an understanding of the veils of glory and that we have to pierce through them and see the beauty as God says life really is, and the importance and significance of the present hour and those who are aware.